Hi, Elva.
Hi, Nora. How are you?
Well, I have a cold.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've had it for about 4 days, I guess. I went to the doctor yesterday and they tested me for COVID and that was negative. And then they
Okay,
tested
good.
me for the flu and that was negative. So that was good. But I still feel lousy.
Oh,
And she said that they really couldn't give me anything. It just has to kind of pass its way on. So today's like my fourth day. She said it
okay.
might take, 4 to 7 days. So I'm hoping it's gonna disappear soon. But yeah, so I feel a
Um,
little bit lousy, but
oh,
I'm okay.
well, you look good. I'm sorry that you're not feeling well. I'm glad that it's not COVID or the
Yeah.
flu. I mean, seriously, I never even go out of my house when I don't feel good. I stay home, and people say, "Did you go to the doctor and get tested?" No, I just
Oh my goodness.
it's too much for me. I feel like when I'm
Oh
sick,
my, but
I'm
that's
staying in
not,
bed.
yeah. Oh, well, okay. No, I understand that. I took off yesterday afternoon from work and yeah, I was in bed because I was like, oh my God, I can't get up. I just
Yeah,
felt achy all over, but today not so much, but I'm
good.
better. And I've
That's
got my little mandarins here, so
oh
my
yeah.
vitamin C, so I'm gonna eat those in a
There you
minute.
go. There you go.
But anyway, I believe we are on chapter 9.
Nine.
And
Yes,
after
we
this,
are.
yeah, we only have one chapter left after this chapter. So amazing how we've gone through this whole book so quick.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been quick.
Oh, it doesn't to you?
No.
No?
Well, because I think we broke it down each chapter
Uh-huh.
in a week or two if we missed a taping. So it seems like we've been reading it for months, which we have, and but it's been good. I mean, I've gotten to read the chapter sometimes twice if I um, read it and then we didn't tape for a week or so, then I reread it again. So,
Okay. Okay. Well,
but
that's, yeah.
it's been good. I mean, as we talked about, sometimes it was a lot of repeat information, and sometimes it was hard to digest information, kind of just new thoughts or
Hmm.
but a lot of it seems to be common sense too, I guess, when you think
Hmm.
about um, just well, not common sense. That's not the right word. Uh,
But it's
I agree
something
with
that,
everything he says, basically.
yeah, but if you're not reminded of it, you
Mhm.
just go about your day and you're not even thinking about it. But the more
Mhm.
he tells you to stay in the present, it's like we talked about before. You all of a sudden you're somewhere and then you think, okay, just relax, whatever's
Yeah,
going on, just stay in the present and it's going to be okay. And yeah, it
exactly.
is. Yeah.
Yes,
But
exactly.
this chapter was a little bit more about inner and outer
Hmm. Hmm.
piece. And I'm sorry if
Yes.
I'm going to cough a little bit here,
Oh, it's okay.
but so, of course, the inner piece he was talking about is just, what we feel inside and how we feel. And he said, what can change is your outer piece because that's going to, with your age and with time, it's going to change a little bit. So it can differentiate from maybe the way it was 10 years or ago or whatever.
Well, definitely the inner peace being your awakening, your level of consciousness, your present, the presence, being present. And he said that's the true peace in life is having that. And then the outer piece is what you're doing, your career, your family, your daily obligations, but it's
Mhm.
all temporary situations and it's all conditional too, which I thought was really impactful because, and it's all ego driven also, but
Of course.
it also causes you to be stressed or have anxiety because you're reacting to not really reacting to true situations. You're just reacting to what your ego is thinking it should be or shouldn't have been, or that kind
Mhm.
of thing. So,
Mhm.
and basically with those two types of life purposes, he says that you'll never really be at peace until you have a balance of both your inner peace and your outer peace.
Mhm.
And I thought that was pretty interesting because it's true. And I feel like we all get caught up kind of in that um, feeling like, raising a family can be challenging. So you're thinking ahead, like, I can't wait till they move out. I can't wait till they're in college. Instead of living in that present moment and
Yes.
remembering what is important there, or
Yeah.
financial
I
life situations cause you to be definitely in that outer piece where you're just stressed by your stress, your financial situation. Or they
absolutely.
even talked about people that have an extra amount of money. They still may not be happy, internally
Yeah.
happy because they haven't balanced their inner peace well
Yes.
with inner peace.
That's so true. And I went kind of an example here, it kind of relates, but on a lower level than,
Mhm.
what you were saying, which is like family and life and things like that. That's much more important than what I'm going to say. But I was invited to go to a party by my good friend Diana. You know Diana.
Yeah.
And her friend Faye was going to be there too. Who's also my friend. I've known both of these ladies for a long, long time. They're very, very nice ladies.
Mhm.
So she invited me to a retirement party, and I felt like, well, to go, do I not go? I don't know anybody there. So I kind of felt that inner, like, okay, am I, worried about, am I going to have a good time, not have a good time? But then once I got there, I just took a deep breath and I thought, you know what? Just enjoy.
Mhm.
Just be in the moment and just talk to strangers and meet people and just have a good time. And I had a great time. I really did. And I got some video of it, so I'll post that just a little bit later, but I was still kind of getting over this cold. And actually, I think I got it there,
Oh no.
Jojo. And it was a backyard party. It was a very nice party. But
Oh,
but the next day I started feeling just horrible. So I don't know what it was,
oh
but
no.
met some really nice people, some really interesting people, great food, great music, all kinds of things. There was an artist there who was spray painting like a mural of the retirees' parents that have already passed, and it's like he was painting both of them like from a picture that she had,
Oh wow.
where they're walking hand in hand, and it's their backs, so you just see the back of them
Oh,
walking
that's
hand in hand.
nice.
So nice. So I got a picture of like the before and then the after when he was almost finished. And then after talking to him, I found out that he's done murals in London, he's done murals in Germany, and here in San Antonio, and just all over the place. And I was like, oh, okay, that was so interesting. So it'd be
That's
great.
cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Yeah, definitely put that together.
Yes.
Short.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be interesting. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm glad that you pushed yourself to say, well, first of all, an internal dialogue like, do I really want to go to this? Or am I just going to please somebody else? Or what am I concerned about? Is it ego related that, I don't have the best hair or, whatever it might be, whatever.
Right, right.
Clothing.
Yeah, you know what? That was a concern of mine, and I
Right.
even asked Diana. I said, Diana, what are you wearing? Because I don't know what to wear. And I knew that I would have a good time with Diana and with
Mhm.
Faye, because they're just excellent people, and I wasn't worried
Right.
about that. I just thought I don't know anybody else. But anyway,
Right.
it was
And that can keep you like the ego keeps you down. The ego's like, no, you're not pretty enough to go to the party, or you don't have the best clothes, or but
yeah.
we have to let go of that and you lived in the present moment and said, I'm gonna go and just
Yes.
have a good time. And
Yes, and
that's
just
cool.
relaxed, and I did, and I just had the best time,
That's
just a
good.
great time. We even danced a little bit on the dance floor by myself, with Diana and Faye and the other ladies. Ladies always get up and dance by themselves, so we did,
Yeah,
and it was fun.
that's
We
good.
had a
That's
good time.
well,
Hmm.
I had a similar example of living in the moment today, and it was not personal related, but I had at work, I had a group who comes regularly to volunteer, and sometimes we call our individuals that come, they're voluntold, so they're not coming on the really they want to, but some group member has organized this event for them, and
Hmm.
they're told you're coming to volunteer for this event. So we have a group
Hmm.
that comes quarterly. Um, and they come to do a small volunteer project and then they go on and have their quarterly meeting. And that's probably the stressful part of their visit is that they're presenting numbers and facts
Okay.
about their business line. But anyway, so each time they're going to come, there's a heightened level of stress because we know they're coming and they've already done some of our projects and we want to make sure that it's meaningful and rewarding. So
Hmm.
today, before they came in, I had just gone through a meeting the day before with the final numbers for our year end, since our year end ends in June. And obviously, so they put together all the numbers of who we served, how many people we served. So I thought, they probably haven't seen this. This is something new since they haven't been here since last quarter. So I presented that to them, just, 3 minutes of who we serve, how many people we served, how much food we gave away. Of course, just the numbers, the impact of the work we do, and then rolled it up into the event or the project we were just about to do. And I saw their faces and I saw them so engaged. And I did it for me because I said, I'm not going to let their attitudes or their looks on their faces when they don't seem very engaged all the time. And I thought, I'm just going to go back to my roots of why I chose to work for that organization and why I know what they do in the community is impactful and important, especially dealing with these our families that are going through really a rough time, a crisis in their life. Um, so they come to the organization obviously for food or for some type of assistance, or if they're homeless, they're coming for shelter, of course.
Mhm.
So after presenting that and then rolling it into, and this is the project we're about to do, and this is why it's meaningful, everything that our groups come and do, I just saw them so engaged. And I thought to myself, sometimes we have to help people also shed away some of that, that ego when they come to an event or come anywhere or even in life. Sometimes we have to go back to basics and kind of touch their core a little bit. And I felt like when we touch the core of our business line and what we do, and maybe it reminded them of why they come, and it's not just about doing a project for people they're not seeing because they're not seeing the clients. But I really felt like I made an impact in their life. And I thought about that for the chapter as I was reviewing it tonight, just remembering that's why we do the work that we do. And that is the internal happiness or peace that the organization I work for brings to me.
Mhm.
And it's been a passion of mine to work for work for an organization like this for many, many years. Um, and I can see now why they say happiness can be temporary if you're really focused on your outer piece, like how much money you make or how much money you don't make, etc. Versus if you're focused on an inner peace, that none of that really matters as long as it's aligned with your core values and you're in that state of presence and working one-on-one with people. And I know when that happens for me, when I'm presenting to a group and when I'm talking about makes me emotional, then I remember, yeah, this is why I'm here, and this is what matters to me at working in this. Because certainly dealing with all the emails and phone calls and all that stuff can be overwhelming and hard at times where you feel like, oh my goodness. But that's not the reason why I'm there. The
Yeah.
reason I'm there is for the mission of the organization, but I'm also there for those that come to support the mission. That's our volunteers. So,
Right. And if you think about it, it's like there was probably several people in that crowd that you were talking to that needed to hear something like that that day. And
yeah,
you probably, if you saw it in their faces, then you made a difference and you touched them. And so that made their day, better. And so it's that domino effect. So hopefully they went home and shared something, positive with their family. And then it just continues. So it's so, so important. And I'm glad you did that.
yeah, and I think it goes back to being I want to say kind of truthful with each other. That
Yes.
sometimes we can talk on the surface level with people like, oh, how are you doing? How's the weather?
How's the weather?
Not really
Yeah.
asking them like, how are you doing?
Right.
What's going on in your life, or maybe you ask a couple questions and they open up to you and share
Yes.
something with you. That's
Hmm.
when you're really in the present moment. That's
Correct.
when you're getting their present moment of something that they're struggling with or something.
Hmm.
And that's what we're really here to do is touch each other's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And just on another note, because I know we're going to run out of time, just wanted to say I think you had a wonderful time in Vegas. I could tell with all those videos. So that was awesome. We got to share a little bit of your time over there. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
Well, and it's true. If we had gone there and this is what we talked about, if we went there with maybe our outer expectations of becoming rich or something like that, which is the reason why many people go there, we would have come home very disappointed. But we were really living in that moment of just this time together was what we were there for, and seeing so many beautiful things there. And
This is so
so that
pretty.
made it fun. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. But
Just from the videos that you shared, I'm like, I need to go back. I don't think I've been back there and I don't know how long, So what you were sharing, I was like, wow, it's so pretty. So pretty.
beautiful, yes. And I hadn't been in 20 years myself, so
It's probably been longer for me. I can't even imagine. But just like you said, I wouldn't be the one to go to gamble because I'm not a gambler. I'll gamble $20. And once I lose $20, I'm like, okay, I'm out. That's enough for me. So yeah, I wouldn't be going there well, unless I hit it rich for $20. I'll be okay with that too. But
it's very hard. It's
yeah, very hard.
but I did gamble a little bit. Each day I gambled, and there were times that I won money, and then a few hours later I'd given it all back to the
Oh, you're
casino.
supposed to
So
pull it out once you win it. You're supposed to
yeah,
pull. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pull it out, but then another game entices you to, or the thought of I could win some more,
Yeah.
you try
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
No,
So
at the end,
true.
but at
So
the end
true.
we walked away just kind of even, so we felt like,
That's good.
but we
That's good.
we didn't gamble that much, so we all,
That's good.
yeah, it's
Wonderful.
fun.
Wonderful. Well, and next week is our very last
It
chapter.
is,
I
yes.
know it seems like you said it's been so long, so just one more chapter and then we're done with this one. And
One
then
last
we'll
one.
have to decide if we are going to have another, or if we're going to read another book, because we haven't had any suggestions or comments. Somebody please comment, tell us what, if you would like for us to read another book. If you have a book that maybe you've read and you thought was super interesting that you think that maybe we would like, definitely leave us a comment, or leave us a comment and say hi. That's it.
Yeah,
Just say hi.
and Nora and I both are not like, like readers that we read every single moment of our day or read so many novels and stuff like that. But we really wanted to start the book club so we would have others join us and be reading along with us and sharing your perspectives with us as well with the books.
Yeah.
So
But
this is
maybe
our
this,
first, and
yeah, this is
we
our
invite
first,
you.
and maybe this just wasn't the most popular book because we didn't get anybody following along with this one. But oh
That's
no,
okay.
we did. We had one person, Amanda, who
Right.
I believe was also reading the book. So hi, Amanda.
Yeah.
But yeah, but again, leave us a comment. Tell us what you're up to. Tell us, how you're feeling about your inner peace and your outer peace, and
Mhm.
how the difference that you feel when you're actually somewhere and you're thinking, okay, I'm just being totally myself. I'm just going to enjoy this moment. I'm not going to worry about what's going on, or what I want to do, or what my expectations of the event or the place or the people or whatever you're doing. Just kind of enjoy. So let us know how that works out with you, and if you've done that before.
Yes, and at the end of this video, please check out the description, and I do list a thorough summary of the chapter because we give a very, very, very summarized review of the chapter. But it was a good chapter, and I think it was a good chapter, and I'll leave more notes in the
Yeah.
description about
And
it.
don't forget, everyone, to check out, I'll be putting on that short pretty soon. I'm going to put it together and I will post it, and then you guys can see the party.
That sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
fun. Glad you went. Well, hope you feel better soon, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
next week.
Thank you so much. Yes, we'll see you next week. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care. Bye-bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate that. Thumbs
That's
up.
right. That's right. All right. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.